I think there are three things that Bill Underwood cares about. And in order, they are students, students, and students.
Every courageous decision that he makes is on behalf of our students.
I think if you look around the campus and you look at the footprint of Mercer in the state of Georgia and nationally, you cannot help but attribute that growth to his leadership.
Bill Underwood has literally changed the world, which is one of Mercer's taglines, is that everybody here majors in changing the world.
To think about the way that the academic enterprise has actually been strengthened during Bill Underwood's tenure is really unfathomable.
He sees himself as a steward of the resources of this university, a steward of its financial resources, its resources and facilities and faculty, its resources and students.
In 2005 was a very interesting time at Mercer, a pivotal time, because its long-serving president, Dr. Kirby Godsey, had announced that he would be retiring as president and simultaneously navigating a shift in its relationship with Georgia Baptists. And so what the board sought in a leader and a successor to Dr. Godsey was someone who would preserve the principles of Mercer's Baptist heritage and at the same time be committed to principles of intellectual freedom.
Bill Underwood is the right leader for Mercer University. Join me in welcoming and standing to greet the 18th President-elect, Mr. Bill Underwood.
This place was a special attraction to me. There was an opportunity here that I hadn't seen anywhere else. I thought that we could do really amazing things. And we have.
Whatever Bill Underwood has done as president, the final decision has been made on the basis of, is this impactful? Is this life-changing? Is this transformational for our students? What makes Mercer University special is that it has a soul. No one has nurtured that soul and fostered that identity of caring and compassion more than Bill Underwood.
He has that gravitas of a president, yet he has the heart of a servant. The most important thing to remember about Bill Underwood is he is courageous enough to make the most difficult decisions in the most difficult of times. And not only will he do that, but he will join with stakeholders and community members in seeing that decision forward. One of the most visceral times that we experienced in leadership was during the global pandemic. His mantra, his continued statement to us is, we promised the students that we would give them a college experience, and we are going to do just that. And with that kind of direction, the clarity of direction, people want to rally around that.
It's easy to stay on mission when you believe in what you're doing, when your mission is authentic and is driven by the true character of the university. So for us, staying on mission is just natural because we believe in what we're doing.
We went through the downturn in 2008. We went through COVID. So with all the crisis and all the upheaval and all the population shift that's been affecting higher education through President Underwood's leadership, Mercer didn't just weather the storm. Mercer came through it and grew and is better and stronger for it. For all the foundation work that had been laid during Dr. Godsey's time, President Underwood's tenure, it was the period in which Mercer took off. One of the places you start initially is to look at the improvement in finances and the financial strength. Our debt's gone down. We have built new, replaced, or enhanced more than 50 facilities across the university, including the Atlanta campus, the medical school in Savannah, the medical school in Columbus. It has been an amazing growth of what the university can touch and do with its facilities, at the same time being financially responsible from a stewardship perspective. So you get all that and a growing student body, and you return to football and D1 athletics. One of the things I will probably always remember about President Underwood is the way the school spirit has changed. President Underwood brought such a focus on getting school spirit up and the university's brand out there. He would even go to meetings with new Mercer caps and swap kids out of their SEC caps and their ACC caps. And that's part of the additional experience in campus life that's come with returning to D1 football. And it is really gratifying to see the culture coming back, and seeing that build up at Mercer has been a wonderful thing. When you think about President Underwood's total impact on university operations, I don't know of another example of that happening anywhere else in higher education in America.
There's no one like Mercer. Not only are we R2, Phi Beta Kappa, Georgia Research Alliance, but we also, and here's that Mercer difference again, is yes, we have that honor and prestige. I would put our students up against anyone in terms of academic quality, but that's not where Mercer's story ends. Actually, it's where it begins.
President Underwood came along and found new ways for us to maintain that Baptist heritage, that strength of faith. And quite frankly, Mercer on Mission is one of the ways that that linkage has continued with the Baptist identity of service and caring for humanity.
The Mercer on Mission program is my favorite program at Mercer. One of my great finds was the university chaplain, Craig McMahon.
When he initially contacted me about being the director of Mercer on Mission, and he said, I want 250 students participating in Mercer on Mission. Wasn't too many years till we achieved that goal, and as soon as we did, he said, how about 450? And so he's constantly pushing forward and forward to achieve greater successes. And I think it's that driving excellence that makes Bill Underwood an incredible leader.
Here we are 19, 20 years later, and it's amazing what he got done.
24,000 amputees in Vietnam are walking because of this program. Over 250,000 people are drinking clean water because of this program. Students around the world in places like Jordan and Ecuador and Peru and Colombia are receiving an education that they never would have gotten otherwise. Healthcare clinics are being offered to orphans in Honduras. Mercer on Mission has simply changed the world.
Once you've had that kind of experience, you want more of it. And that's the theory behind Mercer on Mission. So a lot of good's come out of that conversation with the chaplain.
President Bill Underwood is truly a visionary leader. He's willing to take a chance. He's willing to look at possibilities of some ideas that people may think were a little odd or crazy. Like, he recruited me as dean.
Jean Sumner was a great addition to Mercer University when we hired her to be the dean of our School of Medicine. She pursued the mission of that school with a vigor that we'd never seen before.
Under President Underwood's leadership, we have really focused on that mission to bring care to the most underserved people in our country and to show improvement in health status. Mercer is a leader in rural health nationally.
I think that under Jean Sumner's leadership, the School of Medicine is poised to change rural health care throughout the United States for the better.
The work he's done with so many partners across the state of Georgia, it literally saves lives. Mercer on Mission has enabled Mercerians to be all around the globe, again, saving lives. I think both of these are signature programs that will be forever associated with President Bill Underwood.
We've had a lot of fun while I've been here. How about the moment one Friday afternoon when we beat Duke in the NCAA tournament?
Mercer has pulled the upset, and Duke is gone.
Now, that was fun. Reviving the Capricorn Sound Studios, the home of Southern rock and roll. That was a fun project, so we've had lots of fun too. I left my law practice not to become a university administrator. That wouldn't have excited me at all. I left my law practice to be a teacher. Remember, that's what we're all about. What happens in the classroom is a lot more important than what happens in my office. And I told Mercer's search committee when I came that I would be happy to serve as president for a time, but I wanted to get back to the classroom. I'm really pleased that I feel like Mercer's in a position now where I can do that.
To this very day, Bill Underwood has continued to steadfastly live out those commitments to the Baptist heritage and the principles of academic freedom and intellectual freedom. So he is an extraordinary steward of the assets of the university, the values, the mission, the principles, and the heritage that Mercer University enjoys.
I think he's a brilliant, courageous leader. It's been an honor for me to work for him, and I think most of the success of our school is related to his leadership.
My entire life, I've thought that I wanted to strive to be a leader worth following. And then I met Bill Underwood, who epitomizes that. I and all of us who get to work with him every day understand that we are better leaders and better human beings because we get to walk this journey with Bill.
He leads from a completely egoless place. He doesn't bring any ego for power or for his own influence. In fact, all his ego, if he has any, is inextricably connected to Mercer University.
There have been a couple people who, they said, Bill Underwood chose me, and he believed in me. And that kind of brought them to where they are now. What is it about believing in people that's so important to you?
The key to what we've been able to accomplish over the last 20 years has been a group of individuals who work well together and really care about the university. The executive team I've had has been an amazing group of people. And we've stuck together for 15 years, and we're here because we believe in it. And it's hard to drag us away.
It's been a real privilege to work with President Underwood. This is the kind of leadership that every university ought to have.
I've never seen a man that cared more in a leadership position than he does. He is a force for good in our state and our country.
His superpower as a communicator is how well and how intently he listens.
Bill Underwood has been an empowering leader that has led us, Mercer, faculty, staff, students, into being stewards of our community, locally and globally, and that's changed the world, and it's changed us too.
Thank you, Bill Underwood.